Okay, now that we got her face all nice and whitened, consequently I did not have to actually put powder and apply a second layer. Cream actually dries into its own layer that you can paint right over, and it gives you a pretty solid look. It works. So, next part, we chop her face off. No. Since these prosthetic pieces have such corners to them, I'm going to trim them down just to bare minimum what I need. It's not really wise to trim down to bare minimum, but considering how much curl I've got on this thing, I don't want to have to keep fighting that when I'm trying to glue it on, so that's where we're going to have to be. I'm going to grab my spirit gun before I actually get into this. So, because of this extra bubbly, cheesy corner, I'm going to chop that off. And because I don't need so much, well, this has a nice flat edge. Okay, that's pretty much all I'm going to cut off there. I'm just going to cut off that much off of it. Just going to trim off the little curl here. And just out of uniform, I'm just going to trim that back. Make it a little more easy. Now we got an even piece on that one. On this one, sadly there are bubbles right at the corner of it, which I think should have made this unit recalled immediately, because if they're putting out that kind of crap, that's just really stupid. You know, looks like he took the knife and went, and then, oh, we're gonna put a cigarette out on that. Actually, that makes sense, but never mind. And again, I don't know if that can be seen too well if I shine the light on it just right. The outside edge is a lot thicker than the inside edge, so it's actually going to be on the level of her skin. It's going to be up, down, bump scars, and then up again. It doesn't quite work for this, so I'm going to trim those back too a little bit. There we go. Kind of goofy looking piece there, but should work. The other thing is they don't make any indication as to which side is to be which honestly doesn't really matter, but if you want to make it somewhat uniform, it would be nice to know, since they both almost look like they're just left sides of the face. They both have that curl, so unless I turn one inside out, which really would look terrible, one's going to be kind of crooked. The other thing is, I noticed in the movie, it almost looks like Ledger had just done this with his mouth. He had just gone, stick in this side, because this side comes straight, and then he goes to this side and actually does a little curl. Neither one of these has a curl. So I find it a little bit weird. Why would they make an official licensed merch if you're not going to make it actually right? That's just my nerd brain going on here. Anyway, let's get to the board here. So we got our little Zen Nice spirit gum. We apply. We unstick the cap, because it's been so long since I've used this. Take our keys, decide which side it's going to go on. So, decide this side. To get an idea of where we want it. And then we sort of dab a bit of gum wherever I noticed a little bit ago that the prosthetic was sticking a little bit close to her mouth, so I'm going to trim that back just a little bit. Yep. Also, it would be a good idea not to knock over your spirit gun. Might be a bad idea. The trick about spirit gum is you don't apply and stick immediately, as much as you would like to, because it's sticky enough as is. You actually have to let it sit for a minute to get just a bit tacky, then you apply your prosthetic. Otherwise you come out with a really icky, gooey mess versus what you actually want. And in the meantime, I'm going to clean up the spirit gum I just spilled. Actually wondering now if the cream makeup's actually messed with the spirit gum. Getting that. Almost at that. Starting to get sticky, still a little moist, but it is definitely becoming very tacky now. So the prosthetic will be tacky. Now, stick on. Hold it on for a few seconds. Which hopefully Does it like a stain on the face at all?
Not really.
Yeah, it's just okay, so it looks like these prosthetics are a bit of a bust. Also, the cream makeup is probably it's sticking to her makeup more than it is to her face, so maybe I shouldn't have put too much on her teeth there. Live and learn. Then you don't buy loves because they leak all over the place. Yeah, cookie for you if you actually know what that's reference to. Anyway, so I'm going to touch up her face a bit, and then we're just going to try and go without the prosthetics at this point.